Join us and discover beautiful beaches, rugged landscapes, pretty towns, desolate mountain ranges that sweep down to stunning lakes, unique architecture, history and folklore, no shamrocks, no shillelaghs, and definitely no shenanigans, just naked Ireland. Okay, so I have an astounding trip for you today. Forget the glamour of the French Côte d'Azur or the Italian Amalfi Coast. We're in County Kerry for one of the most famous road trips in Europe, the Ring of Kerry. Now, albeit, we're only going to do a section of the Ring of Kerry in this video. After all, the entire ring is 179 kilometres and that would take me 3 or 4 hours to film. I don't think many of you thanked me for a 4-hour video, but I filmed a nice section here which shows you what to expect should you choose to come and do the ring yourself, and I don't think you'll be too disappointed. So we're embarking on the journey from Killarney to Kenmare, leaving the legendary ring there and driving towards Bantry. This is a part of the country where myth, memory and landscape weave a story that spans millennia. The drive's not just about covering miles, it's about moving through layers of time, passing through a land shaped by glaciers, famine and folklore. When we left the town of Killarney, we left behind a place that has charmed poets and presidents alike, even Queen Victoria herself, who visited in 1861. But don't worry, the road ahead may be even more breathtaking. Not far from Killarney, you may remember from a previous film, tucked into the landscape was Torque Waterfall. Legend said it was once the lair of a man cursed to transform into a wild boar every evening, until St. Patrick himself cast him into the waterfall. Today, the only sound you'll hear is the rushing water and birdsong. Killarney National Park is a UNESCO Biosphere Reserve where ancient oak forests cloak the hillsides and deer roam freely. Ahead, the road winds upwards towards Muckcross House, a 19th century Victorian mansion nestled among the trees. It was gifted to the Irish state in 1932, becoming the heart of Ireland's first national park. But this land story goes back much further. People have lived here for over 4,000 years. And if this is the sort of content you enjoy, then give it a like. That helps this channel out a lot and encourages more of the same content. But don't forget to subscribe too. Subscribe, it is mutually beneficial. You're more likely to have similar content suggested to you, and it helps me to build the channel. So go ahead, hit the big red button. This journey takes us on a climb into the rugged McGillicuddy's Reeks, Ireland's highest mountain range. The most famous peak here is Carrantoul, standing 1,038 metres. And the low sun in the sky makes filming a bit difficult, but it adds so much drama to this place. This is a land where old ruins are peppered throughout the landscape, saying much about how difficult it was for Irish people to survive here in the past. We're now entering the legendary Ladies' View, so named after Queen Victoria's ladies in waiting who gasped audibly when they first saw it. You might do the same. Pause, breathe it in. The view sweeps across the lakes of Killarney, the Gap of Dunloe in the north, and endless heather-covered hills. And the incredible scenery just goes on on and on. If you come here, look out for Moll's Gap, where the road becomes a ribbon winding through a painter's palette, greens, greys, rusts and blues. Moll's Gap is named after Moll Cassane, a bold woman who ran a shebeen, or a legal pub, during the 19th century. It's hard to imagine a more scenic place to have a drink, or to hide from the law. Now, on the subject of pubs, do you know you can now buy me a pint by way of a donation to the channel? Obviously, only if you really appreciate what I do and want to assist with the production process. You simply follow the link in the second paragraph of the description beneath any of the videos, and that'll take you straight to the donation page. All donations are gratefully received and are so useful in meeting the ongoing costs of creating content. Now, what's known as the Black Valley in this area is still one of the most remote places in Ireland. It wasn't connected to electricity until 1976, and yet this seclusion has preserved something deeper, a sense of peace, a rhythm unhurried by modern clocks. And of course you need to proceed on these roads with some caution, not just because of the way they hug the steep hillsides, but in case of rogue pedestrians too. Pedestrians who aren't the slightest bit sheepish about wandering out in front of a car. Be on the lookout. Soon we reach Kenmare, meaning head of the sea in Irish, a charming town cradled by the mountains and the waters of Kenmare Bay. It's famous for its lace, its food and its friendly spirit, but you know all about this because we visited in an earlier Naked Ireland video. Anyway, to recap, Kenmare was designed in the 17th century by the English adventurer Sir William Petty, but its true soul lies in the music played nightly in its pubs, and the stone circles outside the town, older than the pyramids, built by Bronze Age hands who watch the same stars we do today. Check out my video on Kenmare. So leaving Kenmare, we soon say goodbye to the Ring of Kerry, but the magic doesn't end. The road now leads us through the Sheen Valley as we make our way towards Bantry. This stretch of road is quieter, less travelled, but no less powerful. Gradually, you'll see the terrain change as steep valleys, carved by ancient glaciers, give way to wide open spaces with hawthorn trees leaning towards the wind, and sheep, more sheep, that seem to own the road more than we do. You'll also pass the Bunnan Heritage Park, where 5,000 years of history are stitched into the hills. Stone circles, burial cairns, and an ancient ring fort whisper of a time when the Druids walked here and the cycles of the sun ruled all life. On summer solstice mornings, the sun rises in precise alignment with the stones, a prehistoric calendar, and a reminder of how deeply rooted our ancestors were to this land. and we don't so much go round the hills here as through the hills. More tunnels, and you'll have to excuse the dirt in my windscreen now reacting with the sun and making visibility a bit tricky. And as you can see, we're driving towards evening, the skies are darkening and lights ebbing away. As we cross into County Cork, the air seems to shift, a touch saltier, as the Atlantic begins to make itself known. This part of Ireland invites you not just to see but to feel, to wander off the map, to listen for stories in the wind, and perhaps to find a piece of yourself in its timeless hills. Bantry Bay opens before us like an ancient invitation. The mountains rise steeply from the sea, and the road clings to their sides in tight curves. This land has seen shipwrecks and settlers, rebels and fishermen. In 1796, Bantry was nearly the landing point for a French fleet carrying Irish revolutionaries, led by Wolfe Tone. A storm drove them back, but the dream of independence sailed on. And we see a transformed landscape again as we get closer to the town. Bantry is a vibrant harbour town with a past as deep as its bay. Here the sea has always been a source of life and hardship. Fishing boats still bob along the quayside, and every summer the town fills with music and poetry during the Bantry Literary Festival. But the real magic of this journey is not found in any one place. It's in the morning mists over the mountains, the sudden burst of sun lighting up the valley, the slow hum of tires on the winding roads, the quiet power of a land that feels alive. From Killarney's lakes and legends, through Kenmare's warm hearths, into the mystical Sheen Valley and down towards Bantry's ocean embrace, you've travelled not just through miles, but through centuries. So as we bring this journey to a close in Bantry town, I'll say goodbye, and I'll see you all in the next Naked Ireland.